What is source rock? This is now our new topic, source rock, nature, type and characteristics. Since we know that in, in the formation of petroleum, source rock plays a very important role. Why? Because petroleum expels from the source rock and then after it goes to the reservoir rock. So it is very important to know what is the nature, type and different characteristics of the source rock. Hi, I am Nityunjay Kumar Jha. I am currently working as a guest faculty in the Geology Department of Patna University. Here I have given my email ID. So this is the outline of my presentation. At first I am going to introduce about what is source rock, what is the nature of the source rock, what are the different types of source rock, and what are the main characteristics which define the source rock and its capability to expel hydrocarbons easily or effectively, we can say. And further, I have added my references. So, introduction. A rock that is capable of generating or that has generated movable quantities of hydrocarbons is called as source rock. It is to be noted that a rock which has already generated some movable quantities of hydrocarbons, that is mainly source rock, or that is capable to generate. Example, shale and limestone acts like a very good source rock. Shale can act both as source rock and a reservoir rock. In the present scenario, you can listen the term shale gas, shale oil. For those cases, shale acts as a source rock as well as reservoir rock. So here you can read that shale can act as both source rock for petroleum and natural gas and reservoir rock for shale oil and shale gas. Here is a diagram, simple diagram, in which there is a anticlinal structure is showing from bottom to top. There is a source rock of brown color, and after that there is a reservoir rock, which is covered by a cap rock. Cap rock is also an impermeable rock which stops oil, gas, or water to further migrate upwards. Since a reservoir rock is filled with water already, any natural gas or oil expelled from the source rock, it goes into the reservoir which is pre-filled with water. It displaces the water and moves upward because of its buoyancy and low density. If there will be no cap rock, it will move to the surface, which is called as tertiary migration or seepage. It can be also an indicator of the reservoir petroleum present underneath the surface. So here it's an anticlinal structure in which you can see that the reservoir rock is having water and then oil, which is less denser than water, and then gas, which is very less denser than oil. So whenever you drill a well in this reservoir rock, at first you will encounter natural gas, then oil, and then water. So what is the nature of the source rock? What are the prerequisites for the source rock? Okay, how a simple rock can act like a source rock? Why not a clay or a sandstone or limestone or any other type of rocks such as conglomerate, marble, granite, etc. can act like a source rock? Why not? Because Some of the rocks are sedimentary, some of the rocks are igneous, and some of the rocks are the metamorphosed form of sedimentary and igneous rock. Since sedimentary rocks get got deposited with the environment and with the sedimentation process, several accumulation of organic matter can also take place. But in case of igneous and metamorphic rock, particularly in igneous rock, no organic matter accumulation can take place in igneous rock. That's why generally sedimentary rock can act like a source rock. Okay, but there is also some other properties of the source. Source rocks are organic rich sediments that may have been deposited in a variety of environments such as marine environment, terrestrial environment. In terrestrial environment, source rock can be formed from river sediments, lake lacustrine environment, glacial environment, etc. So, the presence of source rock in the area is the deciding factor for preliminary exploration. A source rock is a crucial part of petroleum system. There are several characteristics related to source rock. Those characteristics govern the economic and technical factors of exploration. A source rock should have enough organic matter of good quality that it can expel hydrocarbons in sufficient amount, which can migrate to the reservoir rock and may accumulate at suitable trap situation. It also decides the fate of the exploration. So, these are the characteristics of the source rock. At, in a petroleum system is a mixture of substances. Okay, so when you say a petroleum system, so the source rock is the provider and the reservoir rock is the accumulator, and then trap is the situation where accumulation can take place, from which you can get petroleum easily. Typical source rock, usually shales or limestone, contain about 1% organic matter or at least 0.5% total organic carbon, in short called as TOC. A rich source rock might have as much as 10% organic carbon. Rocks of marine origin tend to be oil prone, whereas terrestrial source rocks such as coal tends to be gas prone. A marine environment is suitable for formation of a oil prone or oil, but a terrestrial environment is suitable for formation of gas prone or gas, or you can say coal also. In a marine environment, phytoplanktons and small bacteria, microorganisms form in photic zone, and they accumulate with in the inside the basin with sedimentation. These algae other forms kerogen, which kerogen after the process of maturation, which includes the process of diagenesis, ketogenesis, and metagenesis, further expels hydrocarbons, initially oil and then gas. But in case of terrestrial environment, the organic matter is mainly plants, and from plants it gives generation to coal. Okay, which is not very much hydrogen rich. Plants materials are not very much hydrogen rich. Only liptinite content in the plants, which is found by resins or cuticles, they are hydrogen rich. But vitrinite, which comes from root, stem, bark, are not that much hydrogen rich. They are carbon rich. So it does not gives more hydrogen to the reservoir, which is required for the generation of oil. Also, in terrestrial environment, gases can be formed easily because with the biogenic decay, at first biogenic methane or such type of gases forms. Further, with the maturation process, diagenesis, ketogenesis, metagenesis, in the last metagenetic process, again thermogenic methane forms. Preservation of organic matter without degradation is critical to create a good source rock. If preservation potential won't be high, then there won't be a good source rock. A good source rock should have high amount of total organic carbon, more than 0.5% or 1%. A good source rock should have high preservation potential of the organic matter. A source rock generally possesses high porosity but less permeability so that organic matter can cook sufficiently to expel hydrocarbons. Because if a source rock will be having good porosity, then in the pore spaces organic matter can accumulate. But whenever with further sedimentation, the pressure will exert, this will migrate to the outer part of the body. Inhibit those migration, it should be there should be less permeability there. This less permeability will stop the migration and it will give further time to cook, to feel high temperature, because with increasing sedimentation the depth will increase and geothermal gradient will increase, and with increasing geothermal gradient the temperature will increase. As you have already studied or you may know, the oil window which starts from 60 degrees Celsius and goes to 120 degrees Celsius roughly. So after getting 60 degrees Celsius of temperature, then organic matter can expel hydrocarbons effectively. Okay, so these are the nature of the source rock. Again, source rocks are organic rich sediments that may have deposited in a variety of environment. The presence of source rock in area is the deciding factor for preliminary exploration. What are the types of source rock? Source rock are classified into several types. Based on the kerogen type, source rocks can be of three types: type 1 source rock, type 2 source rock, and type 3 source rock. Whereas, based on capacity to generate hydrocarbons, source rock can be potential source rock, effective source rock, relic effective source rock, and spent source rock. So the source rock types based on kerogen type is mainly of three types: type 1, type 2, and type 3. So you basically know the difference between type 1, type 2, and type 3. Type 1 is oil prone. Type 2 can generate both oil and gas hydrocarbons. But type 3 is mostly associated with generation of gaseous hydrocarbons. Type 1 is composed of algae mainly, and type 2 is composed of marine planktonic and bacterial remains, whereas type 3 is composed of terrestrial plant material. Based on generation of hydrocarbon, source rocks can be of four types: potential, effective, relic effective, and spent. So what is the difference between these four? The potential source rock is having potential, but it is not currently generating. If it is currently generating, then it will come under the effective source rock. What is really effective source rock? A effective source rock which has ceased generating and expelling hydrocarbons due to a thermal cooling event such as uplift or erosion before exhausting its organic matter supply. Okay. Think about a subsurface situation. Okay, where a source rock is having some potential and it was generating oil, but again due to erosion it has not attained those conditions which were able to expel hydrocarbons. So it stops expelling hydrocarbons before exhausting the organic matter. These type of source rocks is called as relic effective source rock. So the last, which is called as spent source rock. What is an spent source rock? It is an effective or active source rock which had exhausted its ability to generate and expel hydrocarbons either through lack of sufficient organic matter or due to reaching an over-mature stage. Yes, it is spent, खर्च किया हुआ, it's totally spent. It has expelled total hydrocarbons from it. So this is the fourth type, spent source rock. What are the source rock characteristics? The characteristics, the transformation of organic matter with increasing temperature is called maturation. So a source rock should have maturation process. During the course of diagenesis, ketogenesis and metagenesis, organic matter converts into kerogen and further expels hydrocarbon. The assessment of any rock as a source rock is done based on the determination of the amount of organic matter, type of kerogen or bitumen and the level of maturity. So there are three things which defines a source rock quality. First, amount of organic matter. How much amount? If it is very less, it can expel very less hydrocarbons. If it is very high, it can expel plenty of hydrocarbons. Type of kerogen. As we have already learned that algae can generate type 1 kerogen, which is mainly favorable for expelling liquid hydrocarbons. But phytoplanktons, bacteria, etc. can generate both liquid and gaseous hydrocarbons. Whereas terrestrial organic matter such as plants can generate only gaseous hydrocarbons. So this type of kerogen is also very much important in case of source rock characteristics or type of bitumen also, and the level of maturity. So at which stage the source rock had attained its maturity, by which we can understood that the four type, one is effective and potential and relic effective and spent. So in potential, there is the potential, there is some organic matter, but it can't expel hydrocarbons because it had not attained that much maturity. But in case of effective source rock, it had attained an effective maturity, so presently it's expelling hydrocarbons. So level of maturity is a very important factor for source rock acquisition. The quantity of organic matter is commonly assessed by a measure of the total organic carbon content in a rock. Quality is measured by determining the types of kerogen, and thermal maturity is most often estimated by using retinite reflectance measurement and data from Rockwell paralysis. It can be simply called as paralysis. Paralysis is the process in which a rock is given high temperature in an inert environment. The assessment of the rank or maturity is also done with the help of chemical parameters including volatile matter and carbon content. So these are my references. If you want to know hydrocarbon potential of a coal, then it's my paper. So thank you for your understanding, listening. Your comments are welcome. Please like this video